Gaspard, Gaspard!
Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Je passe des temps seul. Pourquoi? Mon autisme est très, très grave. Hello. As an autistic person who takes everything literally and doesn't understand sarcasm, I put a lot of faith in words to convey the meanings that I want to communicate. I've done a video about this and how frustrating it has been when my words have been willfully misinterpreted and when meanings have been made that I never intended. So with that in mind, I'm very interested in the notion of profound autism. Let's look at some synonyms for the word profound. Intense, overpowering, overwhelming, extreme. Autism is my brain. It's my operating system. Therefore, given that my autistic brain dictates every decision I make, would it not be reasonable to describe my autism as profound? But that's not what people mean by profound autism, is it? I was inspired to make this video by Mike at Autistic AF, whose much superior video about so-called profound autism is an extremely interesting analysis of the term. I agree with him that profound autism is being used as a rebrand of low-functioning autism. Mike says, somebody contrasting me with somebody in residential support services as though I am high functioning and that they are low functioning implies that I have no support requirements. That makes light of my own daily challenges. The level of support that you need as an autistic person isn't going to be fixed, but will change depending on the context. This chimes with National Autistic Society guidance on how to talk and write about autism. Functioning and severity labels are inaccurate and considered offensive. They fail to capture how a person's needs may vary. They may excel at certain things while finding others very challenging and fluctuate according to the situation. Functioning labels and the term profound autism are also offensive because they invalidate autistic people. Again, to quote Mike, people who use the term profound autism appear to be saying that you only seem to be a valid autistic person if you also have severe intellectual disabilities. Does the fact that I make intelligent and hilarious YouTube videos make me less autistic? No. Does the fact that I said I make intelligent and hilarious YouTube videos make me sound arrogant? Yes. I have 3 degrees, but I can't have a normal conversation without feeling anxious. Are you telling me that having 3 pieces of paper means that autism has less of an impact on my life? As every intelligent person knows, academic intelligence is just one form of intelligence. What does my ability to write a well-referenced essay or YouTube video have to do with me being autistic? Plenty of non-autistic people have the same ability. People who use the term profound autism are using it as a shorthand for autistic person with learning disabilities. They're using one thing, intellectual abilities, to describe another, autism. Once again, Mike says it better than I can. Profound autism means a person with severe intellectual disabilities. It's intellectual disabilities, not autism. 20 years ago, I worked with autistic adults with learning disabilities. Notice what I just said there. Autistic adults with learning disabilities. I don't remember the term profound autism being used, nor do I remember anyone grading people's autism. Each adult I supported had their own individual support needs, and they were all autistic. Just autistic. Not profoundly autistic, just autistic, with learning disabilities and high support needs. You might argue that the term profound autism is useful precisely because it's quicker to say. This reminds me of a scene in an episode of Bottom, in which Rick Mail fantasizes about all the things he could do in the spare time he will have as a result of Emmerdale Farm being renamed as Emmerdale. I mean, seriously. Or should that be profoundly? If, for the sake of brevity, you're prepared to use a term that makes some autistic people feel worse about themselves, and in some cases compelled to make a YouTube video in response, do you think it's worth it? Why not be accurate and mindful of all autistic people? The irony is that some people who support so-called profoundly autistic people claim that so-called high-functioning autistic people like me are taking attention and support away from so-called profoundly autistic people, yet by implying that my autism and other people's autism is less profound, they're implying that our autism isn't as worthy of consideration. I believe that all autistic people are worthy of attention and support. By advocating for my own needs, I'm not saying that autistic people with higher support needs should have less support. Of course I'm not. It is possible to support people with different support needs at the same time. I often think about a comment that someone made to me about someone being very autistic. I didn't say anything at the time, but I really hated it. Clearly, as I keep thinking about it, and I'm talking about it now. To me, that comment meant that I wasn't truly autistic. In one foul swoop, it said that all the challenges I faced and the decades of self-loathing and my late diagnosis are meaningless and unimportant. However, as we all know, autism is on the inside. And if I don't seem as autistic as someone who is very autistic, that might be because I'm very good at masking. Autism is autism. My autism is not less real than another person's autism. You can be autistic and have learning disabilities. Like me, you can be autistic and have depression and anxiety and ADHD. You can be autistic and have learning disabilities and have depression and anxiety. To bundle all these up into the term profound autism would be profoundly misguided. Thank you for listening and take care.